Appalachian Trail through hike water carry. The CNOC Water Vector 1 liter versus a 2 liter. Now that I know that the CNOC or CNOC water containers work better than the bottle, I want to see which size is the better, the 1 liter or the 2 liter. So normally I'll be carrying enough bottles to do 2 3/4 liters of water. So is it easier just to fill this up and work with a little at a time and fill them, or to fill a whole bag up and do all 3? I don't know, we're going to find out. I'll try the 1 liter. Now I've attached my Sawyer squeeze to it, and we're going to try to, I don't think I can film it while doing it, so let me see what I can do. Now this will be easier when I actually have 2 hands, but what I want to see is with a small amount of water makes the bag more workable, not wrestling with so much at a time. And hey, smaller bag weighs less. I do like that the whole bag fits in my hand really easy, so it's easy to squeeze if you don't have a lot of water at a time. Oops. A pretty good bag full when I open the back of the bag. That's definitely the way to go whenever you can do it. Let's see how much goes into the liter bottle. So I filled a liter of water in here using the back opening at the stream. It worked way better than the front. Oh, there's a little bee visiting me. And I filled a liter bottle. So I'd have to do that 3 times. Let's see if it works better with a 2 liter. So the question here is the 2 liter bottle more efficient for filling, or is it just added weight? Let's figure it out. At a certain point, it fills up enough that the stream won't fill the bag anymore. So I'm going to try to get more in this pour if I can. So is it more efficient or just more to wrestle with? It is heavier. Again, way easier with 2 hands, so I'm going to set this down and try it. I've actually learned a little trick this time, and that is if nature gives you rocks, make a water bottle holder out of them. I will say, unless you're hanging the bag, it is heavier to hold for a while, so I'm kind of bracing my elbow and my knee here, because my arm is getting tired. Okay, I filled the first bottle. Now I'm rolling this down to do the second bottle. So when I use the 2 liter bag and open the back up and fill from stream water, I can get about 1.5 liters in here. It's actually easier to fill from the back. If you put this under the stream, it's harder to get. I got about 1 liter before it just kind of maxed out and kept spilling out. So in a small stream, it's better to open the back to fill it, and faster. And it filled about 1 liter and maybe 3/4. And when I used the 1 liter bag and did the same, it was easier to fill from the back, faster to fill, and I was able to get a complete liter in there. I filled a whole bottle. So I could max this out to the liter it's supposed to hold. If I had a bigger water source or was scooping, I could probably get 2 liters, but working from a small stream, I can only get this to fill to 1.5 liters. If I do this one that holds 1 liter, and I really could fill it to 1 liter in a small stream, it would take me still 3 fills basically to fill. So 1 more bag full to do this. This weighs a few ounces more. It is heavier to hold up while you're filling the bottle. I had to brace an elbow and a knee to do it, just because it's a slow process and, you know, your blood's running out of your hand. This was much easier to hold in hand because it's lighter. I mean, if you're going to fill it less, then why have the extra weight? And they both roll up nicely to help with the squeeze as it gets lower. The only time I could see this being a benefit, having that extra water carry, is if I actually had to set up my bottles up higher, walk down to the stream, fill this up, come back up, fill bottles. Then I would be able to fill 1.5 bottles and only do the trip twice, whereas I'd have to do this one 3 times. How often does that happen on the Appalachian Trail? I don't know. Maybe someone can put in the comments. Like, I've had this before and it just became a pain because I had to carry water so much. You know, I had to make 1 extra trip. This was much lighter to work with. It didn't weigh as much. Both of them roll down and squeeze real well at the bottom. This was less to handle because you're with two hands even. This was easier to handle. The weight was easier. It just took one more fill up than this one. So this one is easier to use as long as you don't mind filling it one extra time. This one would be beneficial if you're far from the water source and just want to bring water somewhere else to fill your bottles. I don't know, is that confusing? Could there be days where this would be better and this would be better? Yeah, so I don't know. Do you pack your fears or do you take the lighter weight? I don't know. The 2-liter container weighs 0.32 ounces more than the 1 liter, so unless I hear a good reason not to, I'm going to go with the 1 liter because it's also a little easier to work with.